Guys, it's Wade from 7 p.m. prayer with you. Oops, there's a tick. Anyway, Ranger and I just came from crossing a stream and had to get her out of there. You know how I like to make my videos at a stream, but she was putting herself in harm's way, and we're good friends, and I got to keep her out of it. Right, Range? All right. So, today's day 7 of our study on prayer. And the focus of this chapter was on the friendship of God. And, you know, it kind of harkens back to something I used to tell my kids, or my son. I only have one kid. And I would always tell him that you have a right to be loved just because you're my son. Okay, I owe that to you as a parent. I love you. But to be liked is something you have to earn. You don't just like someone because it's your duty. You like someone, you pick someone as a friend because of how you treat each other and respect each other and enjoy each other's company. So anyway, that served us well through the years because we are very good friends and we really like each other. But one of the things that we need to focus on as children of God is that we need to work on being friends of God as well. And one of the passages that it kind of went through today was the parable that Jesus tells about the guy who's had a friend stop by, and he doesn't have anything to serve him. He doesn't have any bread or anything. And so he's knocking on his friend's door to try to get some bread so that he can help his needy friend out. So that's the part of the parable I think that a lot of us miss when we're reading it, is that he's petitioning his friend for a friend. The idea is not that he's coming and knocking on his friend's door at midnight because he's hungry and needs a midnight snack while he's hanging out and doing whatever they did at midnight back in those days in Israel. But he has a friend that's in need, and he's petitioning his friend to help that friend. And so the focus of this, you're a good dog, Ranger. The focus on this parable is the intercession for a friend, and how what you will be willing to do, in this case, moving it up to petitioning your friend in God for a friend that has a need on this earth, and your willingness to look after your friend and to care about your friend's needs, even when maybe you've got some of your own that aren't exactly where you'd like them to be at this point. And rarely is everything exactly the way we want it to be. So the assumption is that you're praying for someone in the midst of your own needs. And that is a prayer that God likes and rewards, and particularly through perseverance is going to answer and, so to speak, fund. So you might say, well, why doesn't he just get up and do it immediately? Well, that might happen sometimes, but there's also a lesson in perseverance. Perseverance is of great value in life. And if everything always comes easy and you never have to persevere through difficult situations, difficult challenges, difficult requests, then you don't establish the discipline, the courage, the fortitude to be able to accomplish what needs to be accomplished for yourself and for others. So God in his infinite wisdom knows that you may not be asking for it, but part of your prayer may be that you need to learn a lesson in discipline and perseverance and a willingness to keep on keeping on, even when it's gone past what you think is reasonable in terms of the time that you should have in order to have your petition answered. So, again, the focus here is on thinking of God as a friend, and also on focusing many of your prayer requests not just on your own personal needs and wants, but on those of a friend. Asking the help of your friend and God, of a friend or someone you know that's in need. So, again, we're taking this one step at a time, and I'll probably go through this a few times. You know, one thing I've found in life, I told you I'm going through this book for the third time recently, is that I don't do well with just hearing a good sermon or, lecture or whatever. I mean, how many times have you read a good book and then you set the book down and then someone reminds you of the book years later, and you're like, oh yeah, I read that book and it was really, really good. I forgot about that. Got another tick. I need to read that again. Well, you never really grasped or implemented what you got from that book that was good. You just had a moment of, wow, this is really great. And then the book got set aside and that was the end of it. So I kind of have a habit of, when I come across something that I recognize is truly a good fit for my personality and truly a good fit for needing to be implemented into my life, then I go over it and over it and over it so that it's in there, and I own it. I can keep it now. And that is my intention with this book. As a matter of fact, it wouldn't surprise me a bit, and I'm not making a promise here, but it wouldn't surprise me a bit if when I get to the end of these 30 days, if I just don't remake the 30 days and make myself go through this material again, and then just figure, with me being such a rookie at all this, that probably my second time through, check this out. You see that waterfall? And there's the ranger. My second or third time through is going to be better for you too. So, I think a lot of what I'm going to try to do on this 7 p.m. prayer is try to find the core ingredients and just hammer them and hammer them and hammer them. So I'm actually going to make a video today that's about kind of the 7 p.m. prayer agenda, because I've been praying about it and I think I finally have it. So, it was given to me yesterday between a book and prayer and at last night's sleeping that I'm certain of it. So I'm going to make that video and put it out there so you'll have a shot to look at that as well. So remember, 7 p.m. prayer, all of us Christians, we're going to pray together, and we're going to pray about important things in the world, in the country, in your community, in your family. And your family is going to be dependent on you praying for them. Because you know what? When you sit down and think about it, there's a lot of people maybe even you, who may have nobody or somebody that is praying for them. Some people have more than that, particularly if they belong to a church and they got a group praying over things and such. But a lot of people, if you're not praying for them, they got nobody praying for them. So you're important, all right? You're super important. And I appreciate you.